Hey folks, back again with more ancient cosmography. So I'm looking into, kind of finishing up for now with the Red Hand of Ulster, um, which is, to say, this thing here, yeah. So the Red Hand of Ulster is part of the Antrim coast of Ireland in Ulster province of Ireland. And it's a part of the coast that's shaped like a thumb and somewhat like a thumb and some fingers, kind of like a mitt. And then it has mountains and glens that seem to delineate fingers on it. And it's reddish brown, sandstone. So it's I increased the saturation to make it redder, but it is like a reddish brown compared to the surrounding green. And so it's a story where the Celtic giant is trying to become Lord of Ireland. He's a race with another giant across the Sea of Moyle, which is the Sea of Moyle is literally just this water right here. It's just between, just this area. So it says they're racing across the Sea of Moyle, and one of the giants, the other one's about to win, so one of the giants cuts off his hand and throws it at the shore. It lands on the shore, and and that's how he becomes Lord of Ireland. And in some stories, it's like the bloody hand leaves a bloody mark on the rocks in the mountains or whatever. So it corresponds with this 5,500-year-old avatar of the British Isles, where Britain is a giant holding Ireland by this same peninsula, that basically Argyll, like Knapdale and Kintyre, and is holding Ireland, being three hostages: Ulster, Connacht, and Munster. And then he's holding like this club, which is the Outer Hebrides, and he has this weird belt harness thing, which seems to be Wales. And then his feet are Devon and Cornwall. His butthole is London. And so anyway, just to recap for anybody coming new to this, let's see. And so this stump here is called the Mull of Kintyre. This sea in between here is called the Sea of Moyle, or the Straits of Moyle. And then this hand is called the District of Moyle. So it's all the same etymology, mull and moil. Let's see, this is a picture of the Mull of Kintyre with like the mist rolling in from the sea, like in Paul McCartney's song about it. Paul McCartney, he moved to the Mull of Kintyre and he wrote like a song, Mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. So what do we got here? It's not the best image here with this phone. Derry, Galway. I think this is talking about the etymology of mull and moil. The word is used to designate a moat or mound. So it could be male or moil or mull or whatnot. So yeah, here again is the Red Hand of Ulster zoomed in, and the Argyll Peninsula zoomed in, and the ancient Egyptian avatars. And yeah, here's the poster where it refers to the giant as Finn McCool, which may well be like an ancient name of Britain, since Finn means white, which was the ancient name for Britain, always meant white. Like in Greek, it was Albion. In Latin, it was Alba. In Egyptian, it was Kami. It's all for the white cliffs of Dover, the white limestone cliffs that are what sailors have traditionally recognized Britain by. Well, this is the head of the kind of dragon of one of my local gatekeepers in the Chinese system. You know, the Chinese avatar for the Salish Sea around Vancouver has this, dragon basically about to chomp on some guy's head and the other guy is like the other side of the Salish Sea. So what else is this? Abounding in hillocks. Okay, here we go. The word, in Scotland, the word male. God, this phone is totally worthless. Male is often used, as for instance in the Mull of Galloway and the Mull of Cantyre. In both instances, the word mull signifying a bare headland. From the Mull of Cantyre, they call it Cantyre. So I think Kintyre used to be called Cantyre. The sea between Ireland and Scotland. From the Mull of Kintyre, the sea between Ireland and Scotland was anciently called the sea stream of Moyle. So he's saying that the reason the sea between the Mull of Kintyre and Antrim is called Moyle is because it's from the same word as mull. It's just a different pronunciation of the same word. So it's named after the Mull of Kintyre. And Moore has adopted the last name in his charming song, Silent O Moyle, be the roar of thy water. Male combines with the Irish yada yada, round hill. So yeah, so there you go. The hand, the stump, and the water between are all called mull or moil, which are just different pronunciations of the same word. So it can mean bare and without trees, which it basically is without trees on the red part. There's also a chance it overlaps with the meaning of being shorn, being bare of a hand, but who knows? That's Finn McCool, the man himself, seemingly, or some kind of whatever his name is, Sakami, giant that is Britain. Let's see. However, it is more associated with the Protestant community, and Catholics envisage it representing the 9 counties of Ulster, and the Protestants consider it representing 6 counties of Northern Ireland. The Red Hand of Ulster seems to appear on several flags and murals. It is used as a symbol in heraldry denoting the Irish province of Ulster, and is an open right hand in color with fingers pointing upwards and the thumb parallel to the fingers. Having the palm facing downward, the symbol is embedded in Irish Gaelic culture and associated with the Unique clan of Ulster, while in some versions it is a left hand use and or the thumb is open. The Irish Gaelic symbol is generally accepted. It originated in pagan times and was first connected with the mythical figure Lebraid Lamdirg or Lebraid Lamdirg of the Red Hand of the Fenian cycle of Irish mythology. So this is about giants, ancient white giants, white because of the land. They represent the white limestone island. As per one myth, it is said that the kingdom of Ulster had at one point of time no rightful heir, due to which it was agreed that a boat race to be taken place, and whosoever's hand touches the shore of Ireland shall be made the king. One of the two, desiring the kingship on seeing that he was probably losing the race, cut off his hand, throwing it to the shore, and won the kingship. The hand is most likely red to signify the fact that it would have been covered in blood. Um, and boats, like avatars of islands and continents are often shown to be on a boat. It just means that they're on top of water. So here's the Red Hand of Ulster. Here's the Red Hand of Ulster. This is like what it probably used to look like. Because it's been kind of ruined by all these fake forests that people have planted. I mean, I guess, I love trees as much as the next man. I'm named after a tree, but I like native trees where they're supposed to grow, not just planting them in some random place because you want lumber. I don't know. I'm just pissed because they fucked up the Red Hand. Like, they destroyed it. Like, this is what it used to look like, because this is just a topography map. This is not really based on the actual colors as much, I don't think. And this is what they did to it. Don't forget what they took from us. So yeah, this one says, where does it say Finn McCool? Well, somewhere it says Finn McCool. At least there it says Finn McCool. So yeah, this is one of these fake forests they put on top of the Red Hand. So you can see, like, it's the reddish, sandstone, which is underneath it. And then you can just see this totally fake forest that was just put here. It's not even like a normal native tree. It doesn't seem like some kind of darker tree. So that's all these little splotches around here that like destroy the hand. That's one near Ballypatrick. Here's another one. I mean, you can just tell it's obviously not some natural type of forest. Like, it's totally artificial and just maintained by some really intensive forestry workers. And then underneath it is all this reddish brown, the Red Hand. There's another one. You can see it's not a natural thing at all. It's just some very artificial thing that was just plonked down on top of the Red Hand by people who either didn't understand what the Red Hand was or didn't care. As to my knowledge, nobody but me and the people who I've shown this to know what the Red Hand is anymore. But I'm sure historically a lot of people knew. So these are references to Finn McCool in Scotland. So this is Fingal's Cave, right off the Scottish coast. And here's Fionfort, which means Finn. It's from the same, Fionn is another way to say Finn. So to me, I don't take seriously the idea that Finn is an Irish giant. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I just don't see, there's just more evidence pointing towards him being a British giant and or something that's somehow between the two. But yeah, it's all the stories seem to represent parts of Britain mostly, or it could be the whole British Isles. So this, I'm thinking that, and oh yeah, those things were up here, I guess, those Finn things named after Finn. So I'm thinking now maybe Galloway here might be the other arm that cuts off this hand, because it's so sharp here, it has this really sharp point here. So my guess is this is the blade that's said to cut off this hand. And then the other giant that he's competing with, who's about to touch Ireland, is probably represented by Isla and Jura, like other islands that are just north of Knapdale and Kintyre. And it's interesting that that Scotland lost, like this was the original Scotland, basically, that arm and the areas immediately around it were the original Dalriada, what was called the Kingdom of Scotland.